Good morning, students. Today we are going to read the topic volume of the solids in the subject of mathematics O levels. So concentrate yourself. Finding one edge of a cuboid. The figure below shows a cuboid. This is the length, this is the breadth, and this is the height of the cuboid. The formula for the volume of a cuboid is length multiplied by breadth multiplied by height. Note, length, breadth and height are called the dimensions of a cuboid. A cuboid has 3 dimensions. If we are given the volume and 2 edges of a cuboid, we can find the third edge by using the formula below, because the formula was length multiplied by breadth multiplied by height is equal to volume. So for example, if we are going to find the length, breadth and height will go to the denominator of the volume. So this will become the formula. So this is another form of the formula. Breadth will remain here, length and height will go to the right side. This is another form of the formula. Height will remain here, length and breadth will go to the right side. So these are the different forms of the formula. The original formula was length multiplied by breadth multiplied by height is equal to volume of the cuboid. Also, since length and breadth are equal to, length multiplied by breadth is equal to base area of the cuboid. So we get height is equal to volume over base area. So look, length multiplied by breadth is actually the base area. So we can put base area over here. So volume over base area will be equal to height. Okay, here is an example. The volume of a cuboid is 162 centimeter cube. Its breadth is 3 centimeter and its height is 6 centimeter. Find its length. So this is the question. So the formula used will be length multiplied by breadth multiplied by height is equal to volume. So because length is the requirement, length will remain here. Breadth multiplied by height will go to the denominator of the volume. And now put the values into this formula. Breadth is 3 and height is 6 and volume given is 162. But be very careful, units should be same. So after cancellation, you will get answer 9. Unit will be centimeter. Here is another question. The volume of the cuboid is 480 centimeter cube. Its length is 8 centimeter and its height is 12 centimeter. Find its breadth. So now breadth will remain here. Length multiplied by height will go to the denominator of the volume. Now put the values into this formula. Volume is 480, length is 8 and height is 12. After cancellation, you will get an answer of 5. Unit will be centimeters. Here is another example. The volume of a cuboid is 72 meter cube. Its length is 6 meter and breadth is 4 meter. Find its height. So look first, the units are same. So height is the requirement, that will remain here. Length multiplied by breadth will go to the denominator of the volume. Now put the values into this formula. Volume is 72, length is 6 and breadth is 4. After cancellation, you will get an answer of 3 meters. That is the answer of the height. Another question is here. The volume of the cuboid is 240 centimeter cube. If the base area is 30 centimeters square. So this is the base area, that is actually the length multiplied by breadth. Now requirement is find the height of the cuboid. This is the requirement. So height will remain here. Volume over base area will be the formula because base area is equal to length multiplied by breadth. Putting values into the formula, 240 is the volume and the base area is 30. After cancellation, you will get an answer of 8 centimeter. So very important point now. We can find an edge of a cuboid given its volume and the area formed by the other two edges are shown in the examples below. So if this side is the requirement, area formed by the other two edges should be given. If this side is the requirement, the area formed by the other two edges should be given. If this side is the requirement, the area formed by the other two edges should be given. And the volume in all three cases should also be given. So look now, here are three examples. For example, this area is given and volume is given 36 centimeter cube in this question. So breadth, this is the requirement, that will be equal to total volume of the cuboid divided by the base area of this side. After cancellation, you will get an answer. Likewise, in these two cases, you can see this is the same method. Here is another question. The figure below shows a rectangular tank with a square base of area 400 centimeters square. So square base is given. If the capacity of the tank is 3.6 liters, find the height of the tank. So the only thing which is required is one unit is given in centimeter square and the other in liters. So first we will convert liters into centimeters cube. So in 1 liter there are 1000 centimeter cube. So look now, capacity of the tank is 3.6 liters. We will multiply 3.6 with 1000, that is this one. 1 liter is equal to 1000 centimeter cube. So after solving, you will get 3600 centimeter cube. Now the unit is same. Okay, now height is the requirement. The formula will be capacity or the volume of the cuboid divided by the area formed by the other two edges, that is the base area. So capacity over base area. So now capacity given is 3600 and base area is given 400. After cancellation, you will get an answer of 9 centimeter. That will be the height of the tank. Important point, the capacity of the container is the full amount of liquid that the container can hold. Okay, next topic in the lecture is finding the area of the face of a cuboid. So this is the reverse case of the previous case. So if we are given the volume and one edge of the cuboid, we can find the area of the face formed by the two other edges. The formula is area of the face is equal to volume of the given side. So this is actually the same formula, students. Don't confuse yourself. Actually, original formula that we are using is length multiplied by breadth multiplied by height is equal to volume of the cuboid. So this is the only one formula. This is actually we are using in different cases. These are different forms. So I'll explain later in practicing the question. Only one formula will be used. Okay, but practice yourself with other formulas too. Actually, these are the different forms of the same formula. An example is here. The volume of the cuboid is 192 centimeter cube and the height is 6 centimeter. Find the area of the face A. So look, actually area of the face A is the requirement. it means length multiplied by breadth. Length multiplied by breadth is the requirement. So actually we are going to use length multiplied by breadth multiplied by height is equal to volume. So this formula is actually going to be used. So look now, length multiplied by breadth multiplied by height is equal to the volume. Length multiplied by breadth will remain here. Height will go to the denominator of the volume. Volume given is 192 and height is 6 centimeter. So length multiplied by breadth will be here. That will be equal to the area of the face A. So after cancellation, you will get an answer. This is a special case of the cuboid. This is actually a cube. Cube is a figure in which length, breadth, and height are of the same length. So actually the formula for the volume of the cube is the same. That is length multiplied by breadth multiplied by height is equal to volume. But because this is a special case in which length, breadth, and height are of same length, so that's why length multiplied by length multiplied by length will be the formula for the volume of the cubes. So in other words, L cube is equal to the volume will be the formula for the volume of the cube. For example, here is a question. The volume of a cube is 729 centimeter cube. Find the length of the edge of the cube. The first step which we will write is L cube is equal to 729 because volume of the cube is L cube. So L cube is equal to 729. Now taking the cube root of both sides, on left side we will have L only, that is the length of the edge of the cube, and on the right side we have to take the cube root because we are taking the cube root of both sides. L cube is equal to 729 and L is equal to cube root of 729. Cube root. After solving it on the calculator, you will get this answer. Here is another question. The volume of the cube is 1728 centimeter cube. Find the total surface area of the cube. So look now, actually the formula used will be used, that is L cube is equal to the volume. L cube will remain here and in place of the volume you will put the value 1728. Taking cube root of both sides, on left side we will have only L and on the right side we are having the cube root of 1728. Solve it on the calculator, you will get answer of 12. So it means this is the length of any one side of the cube because in a cube all sides are equal. Now the requirement is find total surface area of the cube. Actually on the cube we are having 6 faces. So if we find the area of any one face, multiply that area with 6, that will be equal to the total surface area of the cube. So look now, area of one face of its faces, formula will be 12 into 12. So this is the area of one face of the cube. So in total, a cube has 6 identical square faces. So multiply this value with 6. After multiplying, you will get an answer. This will be the total surface area of the cube. In these figures, again, volume of the cuboid is the requirement. But in these questions, we are actually having the base areas. So base area is given in this question and in this question as well. Method will be same to solve the volume. Volume of the cuboid is equal to length into width into height. And length into width is equal to the base area because this is the length, this is the width. So length multiplied by width will be equal to the base area. So 120 will be placed in place of L multiplied by W and height is 8. So solve it on the calculator.
you will get the answer. Unit will be centimeter cube. The method for this question will be same as well, because only the values are different, but the method will be same. The statement of the question is find the volume of the following cubes. So cube is a special figure of cuboids, and the volume of the cube is L cube, because in cube length, width and height are having the same lengths. So the formula will become V is equal to L cube for the volume of the cube. So length is 5, so we will place 5 in place of L. This cube will remain as it is. Solve it on the calculator, you will get the answer. Unit will be centimeter cube. In these questions, again, it is given that these figures are cubes and we are required to find the value of the volume of the cube. So this is the requirement. And in these cubes, we are having the areas of the base. So it means this side, yani a face is a base area is given. So it means L square is equal to 81. That is given. From here, we will find the square root of both sides. So L will be equal to 9 centimeter. So this is the length now of the cube of any one side. So the requirement is now volume. So V will be equal to L cube. And L is now 9. So we will take the cube of 9. That will give us the answer. Unit will be centimeter cube. This question is again same, only the value is different. You will solve the question through the same method. And other question is here, find the shaded area of the following cuboids. So look at the different parts A, B, C. Only values are different. Volume is given in all three parts. And we are having the two dimensions in each figure. This and this is given in this figure. Height and breadth is given in this figure, and height is given in this part. So okay, we will solve it now. The volume of the cuboid is given. Formula will be used: length multiplied by breadth multiplied by height. Because the okay, find the shaded part. We are required to find the shaded part. So length multiplied by breadth will be equal to the shaded part. Height will come to the left side. Now put the values into the formula. Volume is given, that is 96, and height is given, that is 8. That will be equal to the shaded part. Solve it on the calculator. You will get the answer. Unit will be centimeter square. In this part, volume is equal to length multiplied by width multiplied by height will be used. Volume is given, that is 504. Okay, length is missing. Width and height are given, that is 12 into 7. Shift two values to the left side and solve it on the calculator. You will get the answer of L. Unit will be centimeter. This part is again same, only values are different. So use the same method to solve this question. The statement of the question is for each of the following cuboids, find the area of the square face. So in these figures, you can see here are the square faces, and one of these other side other than the square and other side is given. Requirement is find the area of the square face, the length of the side of the square face. Okay, and volume is given in both cases. So we will find use the formula length. Volume is equal to length multiplied by width or breadth multiplied by height. So one of the side is given, that is breadth. So length and height length multiplied by height is actually the square face. So height, breadth is given, that is 6. Volume is given, that is 864. So shift this value to the left hand side and solve it on the calculator. You will get the area of the square face, that will be equal to this one, 864 over 6. Okay, after finding this one, because this is a square face, that will have a equal value, so I'll solve it now. 864 divided by 6, so 144 is the answer. Unit will be centimeter square. Second requirement is find the length of the side of the square face. Because this is a square face, so now we will take the square root of both sides. So length will be equal to 12 centimeter. So this is the method. This question will be same, only the values are different. You people will solve this question by the same method. Here is another question. For each of the following cubes, find the length of the edges of the cube. Okay. And second part, the area of one of its faces. Okay, the volume of the cube is given. So the formula for the volume of the cube is L cube is equal to V. And volume is given, that is 216 is equal to L cube. We will find the cube root of both sides. So L will be equal to cube root of 216. So L is equal to 6 centimeter. So this is the first part. Second part is find the area of one of its faces. So B part, required area, that will be equal to L square, or L multiplied by L. So L is 6, so 6 multiplied by 6 will be equal to 36. Because this is the area, so unit will be centimeter squares. This is the same question. Solve this question by using the same method. Here is another question. The figure below shows a cube which is cut to form three identical cuboids like this one. If the volume of the cube is this, find the dimensions of each cuboid. Okay, the volume of the cube is given, that is 5832. So the volumes formula for the cube is L cube is equal to volume. So L cube will be equal to 5832. Take the cube root of both sides, will give us the length of the cube, that is 5832. The answer is 18. So 18 centimeter is the length of any one side of the cube. So because it is now cut into three identical faces, so 18 divided by 3, so this will be 6, 6 and 6. So now we are required find the dimensions of each cuboid. So dimensions will be of each cuboid will be 6 into 18 into 18. So these are the dimension of each cuboid. Here is another question. The volume of the cube A is 64. This is cube A, this is cube B. The ratio of the length of the cube A to the length of the cube B is 1:3. Find the volume of the cube B. Okay. Volume of the cube A is given, that is 64. So L cube is equal to, so L cube is equal to 64. That is the volume of the cube A. From here we can find the cube root of 64 by taking square root of both cube root of both sides. So cube root of 64 is 4. So 4 centimeter is any one side of the cube A. Now it is given the ratio of the length of the cube A to the length of the cube B is 1:3. So if this is 1, this will be 3. So multiply this length with 3. So 4 3s are 12. So it means each side of cube B will be of 12 centimeter each. Requirement is find the volume of the cube B. So find the volume of the cube B. Again, this is another cube. So formula will be same, that is volume is equal to L cube. Now L is given, that is 12. So 12 cube. Solve it on the calculator. You will get the answer. Unit will be in centimeter cube. The statement of the question is, what is the maximum number of the 2 centimeter cubes that can be packed into a rectangular box measuring 15 centimeter by 7 centimeter by 10 centimeter? Okay, first we will check how many 2 centimeter cubes can be fit lengthwise. So lengthwise, that will be equal to 15 divided by 2. Answer will be 7 point something. Now widthwise, that will be equal to 7 divided by 2. That will be 3 point something. And finally the height wise, that will be equal to 10 divided by 2 will be equal to exactly 5, because 0.5 and mean fraction of the 2 centimeter cubes cannot be packed, full whole number can be packed. So we will multiply now 7 into 3 into 5 to find the required number of the boxes. So what is the maximum number of the boxes is the requirement. So maximum number of the boxes can be find out by multiplying 7 into 3 into 5. Just solve it on the calculator. You will get the answer. Question number 13. Statement is the volume of the rectangular block of the candle is 840 centimeter cube. The length is 14. Breadth is 12. Find the height of the block. A part is very easy. You will use the formula of volume is equal to length multiplied by width multiplied by height. Put values into the formula, you will get the answer. B part is somewhat different. The block is melted down and remolded into 105 identical boxes. Find the length of an edge of each box. So this is the volume of the bigger box that is going to be molded into 105 identical cubes. So volume of each cube can be find out by dividing the volume of the bigger box by the number of the identical cubes that are going to be made. So answer will be 840 divided by 105. Answer is 8. So because this is the volume, unit will be centimeter cube. Now the requirement is find the length of the edge of the cube. So this is actually the volume, that will be equal to L cube. Take the cube root on both sides. So cube root of L cube will be L and of 8 will be 2. So this is the answer for second part. Here is a question number 5. Figure 1 shows a rectangular block of wood measuring 18 centimeter by 12 centimeter by 40 centimeter. Tom cuts the maximum number of the 4 centimeter cubes from the wood. Figure 2 shows the remaining block of the wood. So this is the remaining. Okay, A part is find the number of the 4 centimeter cubes we got. Okay, in A part, first we will find lengthwise. The maximum number of the cubes that can be cut are 18 divided by 4. That will be equal to 4 remainder 2. So 2 centimeter will be remainder. Widthwise will be 12 over 4. That will be equal to 3. And height wise, that will be equal to 40 divided by 4. That will be equal to 10. So find the number of the 4 centimeter cubes that he got will be equal to 4 into 3 into 10. Solve it on the calculator, you will get the answer of A part. So B part is now find the total surface area of the remaining block of the wood. So this is now 2 centimeter that is left. This will be 12 and this will be 40. Now the requirement is the total surface area. So front and back side will be same, right and left side will be same, and top and bottom side will be same. So the surface area will be equal to 2 into 2 multiplied by 12. So this is the surface area of the bottom and top, plus 12 into 40 into 2. So 2 into 12 into 40 plus 2 into 2 into 40. So solve it on the calculator. You will get the surface area of the remaining block. And because this is area, answer will be in centimeter square. Here is another question, number 47. The solid below is made up of 3 identical cubes. The volume of the solid is 192 centimeter cube. Find the length of each cube. So these are actually 3 identical cubes. So 3L cube, because L cube is the volume of one cube, and because there are 3 cubes, so 3L cube will be equal to 192. From here we will find the value of L. First 3 will go to the right side and then take the cube root of the value. So 192 divided by 3, and now take the cube root of this one. So that will be equal to 4. So 4 centimeter is the length of each cube. Okay. Now the length of each cube is done. That is A part. In B part, find the total surface area of the cube. So in a cube, there are actually 6 faces. So 6 threes are 18 faces 3 cubes have. But actually 2 faces are overlapped, that is not seen now, and the 2 faces on the bottom are not seen. So it means 4 faces are unseen out of total 18 faces. So it means 18 minus 4 is equal to 14 faces can be seen from this solid. So the requirement is the total surface area. So surface area will be equal to 14 multiplied by surface area is length multiplied by breadth, that will be equal to 4 multiplied by 4. So solve it on the calculator. You will get the surface area of the solid, that will be in centimeter square. The figure below shows 5 blocks of the wood which are assembled to form a stool. Here is the top, and these are 4 legs which are going to make a stool. Block B, C, D, E have square bases and are identical. Okay, square bases are identical, and each of them are having a height of 20 centimeter. A's part requirement is find the length of an edge of the square base of the block B. Okay, this is the requirement. So from 40, subtract this 28, remainder will be 12. So it means this side will be 6 and this side will also be 6. So A's part answer is 6. So that can be pointed out by 40 minus 28 divided by 2. That will be equal to 6 centimeter. That will be the edge. Okay, B's part requirement is find the volume of this wood used to make this tool. Okay, the top is a cuboid. Volume of the cuboid will be, top's cuboid will be 40 into 30 into 8. Solve it on the calculator, you will get the volume of the top. Now, the legs are the requirement. So each leg is having a height of 20 and the edges are 6 and 6. So this will have a volume of 6 into 6 into 20. So this will be the volume of each leg. So in total, now we are required the volume of the full table. So volume of the full table will be this one, 40 into 30 into 8, plus there are 4 legs, 1 2 3 4. So 4 into the volume of one leg, that will be 6 into 6 into 20. Solve it on the calculator, you will get the volume, that will be the volume of the wood used to make this tool. Unit will be centimeter cube.